my beautiful sunshines? Welcome back. So I wanted to do a video on perception and how reality works. If you notice, the title is part 2 because part 1 is self-concept on the membership side. I wanted to do part 2 for you guys so everyone can see, right? So I'm going to do an example using physical examples of using my sunglasses, and I'm going to show you guys how perception is just lens that you have on based on the beliefs that you have accepted as your truth, right? So we all know where beliefs come from. It can be family statements that you have instilled and believe to be true. It can come from examples that you've seen on TV at younger ages. It can be from something that you experienced as you were being raised, whatever the case may be. Those are inner stories that you are now saying this is true, right? And I gave this example to a client that I was coaching about a week ago. And I told her, think about racism, right? Imagine an individual that was instilled in with beliefs of this certain race does this, right? So they have these certain beliefs about this race. And there's another individual who doesn't have that belief. Their family loves all. They don't care about that kind of stuff. They both see that same individual of that particular race. This family, because they didn't instill certain beliefs, has on the lens that this person is fine, is normal, is whatever they think, but it's not based on their race. This person who was instilled with beliefs of this race is this and this race hates this and blah, 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 is going to look at this individual and think that this person is everything that they were taught. Now, what does this have to do with manifesting an identity, right? So a lot of you sometimes think that your world, your reality, some of the circumstances in your life is happening to you, but it's really just the lens that you have on. And when you have on a certain lens, you can realize that some of these circumstances are not circumstances, or will dissipate because it doesn't matter. Because when you have on a certain lens, a certain identity, there are certain things that truly wouldn't matter. Now, we're going to start using examples. That's why I have the glasses, so you guys can better understand what I mean about perception and how you assign meaning to everything. So remember, guys, I give you the example with love. So there's one party. So it's one event, same event, two individuals. Two of these glasses are going to represent the two individuals. So we're going to have my black shades, and that's the individual that, thinks that men lie, or let's say it's a man thinks that women lie. Whatever the case, just think love is hard, and whatever it is, it's hard to date. The dating pool is trash. All they do is cheat, blah, 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 blah. So when they're going into the event, they're going to have on the shades of everything doesn't work out for me in love. Love is hard. Love is trash. So when they go into this party that was neutral, they're walking in with the identity of love is hard. Love does not work out for me. And the dating pool is trash. So when they walk into this party, all they're seeing is all the individuals that are going to prove this belief correct. So the belief is not necessarily correct, but because it's accepted as a truth, the lens is on. And so now all you're going to experience is only that belief. So it's going to be proven right with these lens. So then you have the individual who is like, dating is so fun for me. I always attract provider partners. I'm always treated like a king. I'm always treated like a princess. It's just so easy. Love always finds me. Love surrounds me. I'm committed to without trying. And they have on the lens of love is easy. They walk into the club, they walk into the event, and all they're meeting, sorry guys, because my ears is not out. They walk into the event, and all they're seeing is prospects coming to them, it being fun, partners coming to them. They may even meet an individual, and the dating is fun and exciting and lively, because that is going to prove what they already walked into that event with, those beliefs. So now the question is, how do I go from these lens, if I don't want the lens, to this lens? And it's very simple. You take the friggin' lens off. Right? So when these lens was put on, it is a decision. So for example, both of these lens are available to me. They both are. And I can wake up today and pick up one, and pick up the one that I decide to pick up. Some of you guys are such in a habitual state of being that you naturally pick up the ones that you don't like. And that's why I say, if you stop for a moment and you become aware of your mental diet, you become aware of how you're speaking to yourself, your inner dialogue, you'll be able to catch exactly when you're about to loop the same pattern over and over and over again. So it's really about being aware, Because it's all you. You are the key. You are the beginning. You are the end. You are the start. You know what I'm saying? You are the ending. You are it all. So you have on these lenses. You've been picking up these lenses for the past year. And you decided to wake up and you go, you know what? I've been wearing these lenses, walking around, talking about it's hard to date. It's hard to find love. So I'm walking around. And all I'm experiencing is life through these lenses of people. So you'll meet somebody that's actually nice. But what will happen is they will adopt the behaviors to prove what you have believed to be true, right? Because remember, these other lenses still exist. This is a whole reality right here for you. But you have on these. So all you're experiencing is this. So then you wake up one day and you're like, I don't want to experience this anymore. I don't want this to be my reality. I don't want this to be my story. I don't want to accept this as my truth anymore. I'm done with this. And I want this to go. I don't want this to be my perception of life anymore. So you go, you know what? I believe this is my perception of life because this is what I've accepted. I've seen dating. I've taken in stories on social media. I've heard my friends complain. I've heard family complain. And I just decided that this is true. I made it definitive. But I have control over what is true to me. And although this can be true at the same time as this story, I don't have to choose this. Nobody's forcing me to choose this. So I'm going to put it down and stop repeating it. And I'm going to repeat a new story. And I'm going to walk around with these lenses. And I'm going to walk around and see and get proven that love works out for me. Same example with money, right? So you decided that you've been walking around with the lens that it's hard to make money. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Every time you get paid, there's a bill that comes. Your debt just keeps piling up. The job market is hard. You've seen how there's people struggling. You can't see how there's people rich. And so what's happening is when you go into your reality, what's going to happen is you're going to have experiences that prove to you that you don't have enough. The bills are going to come and then you're really not going to have enough. Rather than if you go, okay, I know this is something that I can choose and I'm choosing not to have this a part of my identity. I'm going to take on the identity of it works out for me. And I always have more than enough, and money flows to me, and money comes to me. And even if I have a bill or even if I got paid, I still have more than enough left from my paycheck. And what's going to begin to happen is you're going to get your paycheck and you're going to pay your bills and realize, wait, I actually have a little extra this month. And then you're going to have opportunities where people offer you money if you have a service, or people gift you money, or you'll find an opportunity for a job if you wanted a job. Because you have on the lens that things work out for you. So what am I saying, guys? You're in control of your perception. You get to choose it. Nobody's forcing you to take on a perception. Hence why nothing has meaning until you assign it. And some of the meanings that you've already assigned comes from things that were instilled in you from birth. So if you are, aware, and you kind of comb through the inner dialogue and comb through the patterns and comb through, your mental diet and see what you've been thinking and accepting, you can realize right where you can choose a different perception. It's not hard, guys. It is very simple, but it does take your conviction. It does take your discipline. So if you want a different reflection, the mirror is not going to change first. What's going to change first is you selecting something new. So instead of going and continuously reaching for this, because you're normalizing wearing this lens, decide, you know what, today I'm going to try a different lens. And the next moment I'm going to try this lens. And the next moment I'm going to try this lens. And what's going to begin to happen is your world is going to reflect that, but also your world is going to prove you right.